Hey guys, this is Hawkeye and I am back with another episode of Fishing Planet back here at the Lone Star State, the Lone Star Lake State. Anyway, we are here again and it's continued from the last episode, which actually I didn't really have the best of endings there. I had thought I put an ending on there and, well, anyway, I apologize for that. But anyway, guys, what we're going to be going for is we're going to try to see if we can't get some red-eared sunfish. It would be nice if we could get us a trophy. But there's a lot of good, actually great spots to catch these guys. One spot's right over here. I'll go ahead and point it out. And this is where I used to catch them in the past. I used to catch them right in here. But there's a new spot over here, and see, I was thinking that you could get to the hole from that side, but the truth be known, guys, is you need to get over on this side. It's much easier to get to, and most of the gears, by the way, not the ultralight I've got, but most of this gear that I have, you could be level 20 or below. I'm trying not to use seriously heavy or expensive gear for this. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you what I mean. I think it's this one that I have. Yeah, this is it. I've got a number 6 hook on here and I've got blood bait. Now the reason I'm using the blood bait, if you can't afford the blood bait, and you could use pet food as well, but you're not going to get as many bites from other fish, maybe catfish, but you're not going to get bluegill, you're not going to get all those other fish. You're going to be going solely after the red ears. So we're going to start with the blood bait to start off with. And I'm going to cast this out as right here is where the hole is. And let me show you the setup here. As I said, number 6. I've got it set it somewhere between 60 and 65. It seems to be about the ideal length for this particular hole. And for the, I've got 6-pound braid on this, so nothing seriously heavy. I know this is kind of a weird looking, it's called the Mayberry Thanksgiving. It came with an old DLC I had from way back. It's not, it wasn't a seriously expensive one. You've got others that can replace it fairly easily. I like it because it looks cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and throw that out there. See if we can't find us a red ear. Now this lake does have some trophy fish. Red ears happen to be one of them. Another species that I think there's white crappie and bluegill. Other than that, I think they're all common. And then the catfish are young catfish. But usually what the best thing to do is to keep it at about halfway on the tension. Keep it as slowly where you can reel it in as possible, because what I like to do is tap it until something gets interested in it. Now I will get interest anywhere between the 120 mark and about 60. So you can just sit there and mess with it until something decides to get interested. Now lately I've been getting more bites in the 70s and 60s distance. So we'll bring it in a little bit closer here. But this is the hole that I've been talking about. It's the deepest part of this lake, which is probably because this looks like it would have been a dammed lake. The dam being up there on the right. Got to bring this in a little bit more. It used to be a number 2 hook worked the best. And you can catch them still with a number 2 hook, but just doesn't seem to happen as often. But their likelihood of being bigger is increased. So you get fewer bites, bigger fish, so to speak. But on this particular lake, there's not that many big fish, so it really doesn't pay off. Stick with the number 6. You can catch the big ones with that too. Yeah, I'm going to just bring this in a little bit closer. I kind of threw it out far. They are there. Just got to get it to where they are. Usually the afternoon is best for these guys too. If they don't continue biting that much, I think I might just throw one in, get a couple of smallmouth buffalo. We're getting into the 70s area, and that's where I tend to have more luck. There we go. Now trust me on this. You're either going to be getting something like a catfish or these guys. Looks like we got one, because if this was a catfish, it would have pulled a lot harder than that. There you go. One genuine Redear Sunfish. Keep that good. So they are definitely in closer than... That's probably about right. Yeah, that's perfect. See if we can't get us another one. Yeah, they really go for this blood bait. Probably better than just about anything else. But there are a lot of baits they go for, guys. And I'm going to show you all of them. So, depending on your level, go with whatever you can use. Just remember that as you use the least expensive ones, there you go. See, that's 33. It's not too bad. That's a decent size one. He's not a trophy, but let me show you what I can use for these guys. These guys will go for blood bait, as I showed you. They will also go for pet food, maggots, red maggots, which is a newer one, red worms, which you can get from the very beginning, wax worms, and yellow maggots. So all of these they will go for. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw on a red worm here. Since they seem to be in the 70s, maybe we'll get one without getting a bluegill or something like that. Now we might still get a bluegill. Okay, that may be a little too far in. See, it's sitting on its side. Alright, there we go. Now we're getting something. Yeah, I had to go ahead and recast it. A little bit too close. 56 is just a little too close. Technically speaking, anywhere between 100 and I think 47 feet, 150 feet, there we go, and about 65 feet you're going to get the red ear to bite. But if you, as long as you're in that hole, you're going to be getting this right here. And this is a real nice one here, guys. 42 cash. He is pretty, well, about 3/4 of a pound. Not a trophy, but still pretty decent. I tell you, I am determined to get a trophy out of here. I have been trying and trying and trying. I think I've only caught one once. I don't know why they're so elusive in this particular lake. But okay, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah, he's not a... This isn't a red ear. If it is, it's very small. Yeah, it's a bluegill. That is always a risk you take when you use red worms, guys. Which is why I'm going to switch. I think I'm going to put this pet food on here, show you that you can get them off of that. And pet food is kind of like the blood bait. It pretty much limits you to just red ears. I'm going to make sure this is at 65 here. Just red ears and catfish. Now the smallmouth buffalo might go for it, but it's pretty rare that they do. Just so you know, the smallmouth buffalo are in this hole as well. You can catch some pretty good sized ones out of here. But since I've already done a smallmouth buffalo episode, I really just didn't see a reason to do one for this particular location. Now, if you do want me to do one, I can, but I just didn't see a reason to, since I wanted to focus more on the red ears. Okay, they're taking a little while to bite. There we go. They don't bite as much off the... God bless it. I hate when the pop-ups come up when I'm recording. Sorry about that, guys. People are just giving me messages. There we go. That's not a bad one either. 40 cash. Yeah, that's pretty much at least where you want to be at with the common red-eared sunfish. I think I'm going to switch over to my favorite bait to use. I really got to like using the wax worms when I was at Neharan River. I'm also going to change the hook size. Might, if I use a number 2, decrease my odds of catching bluegill, because lots of things like to eat the wax worms. So if you're going to use them, you might want to upscale your hook a little bit. Now, in the Neharan River, I have caught them off of number 1 and 1/0 hooks as well, but usually fewer bites because only the trophies or the uniques go for them there. Not sure about here. We might test that out in a little bit here. I don't know. There we go. But these are fiddlers. I call them fiddlers when they just like to fiddle around with the bait. It's like they play with it and they let go, and then they play with it and they let go. It's like, come on, take it already. You're acting like a carp. He's still there. He's still fiddling. There we go. About time. Excuse me, guys. Getting a cold. Getting a cold. Yeah, see? That's the size we want, at least. That brings in the most cash. Now, trophies are bringing a lot of cash, but... getting a little bit aggravated. I can't get a trophy here for you guys to see, at least. No, they're here. I have seen them. We just got to be patient. Alright guys, I have advanced time a little bit because the fish have not been biting as much, so I went off and did a little bit of other fishing. Alright, having a little bit of trouble with my ducks and keeps barking at people upstairs. We're still getting a decent bite here. We were anyway. There we go. Okay. I'm not. Yeah, I think it's still red here. It's just high enough to. That's probably not a bluegill. Yeah, it's red here. He's a little smaller, but not too much. Still brings in 39 cash. Yeah, things have really changed as far as the prices of the fish go. They used to be so much less. And this is so much more helpful, believe me, guys. But I'll tell you, I think the next episode we're going to go ahead and move to Mudwater up in Missouri. There we go, getting a bite. Haven't decided when I'm going to start doing the bottom fishing yet. I really want to get a little more cash under my belt before I start that. But I do want to check out some of the new lakes, especially the European lakes, that is. Fact of the matter is, I've been on Russian fishing playing so long with European species and doing European style fishing, I've just kind of needed a break and wanted to do it like it feels like at home, you know? Been a while. Fishing Simulator or Fishing Sim World's the only one that really allows you to get that feeling. Now, he is still fiddling with it. He's just not going for it. Come on, big guy. There you go. About daggone time. Yeah, on the Heron River, I didn't get a whole lot of trophies except in the evening. That's why I was hoping that switching over to evening, that might increase my odds a little bit. Still, I'm getting some much bigger ones. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of testing here. We're going to switch over these red maggots. Just so you guys can see that they do go for these. I would do the yellow maggots too, but pretty much go for either one of them equally. I think these must have come with the European update. Europeans fish with the maggots a lot, I think. I personally have never fished with maggots. I always fish with waxworms, so in real life. Something about touching a maggot just is a big turn off, honestly. There we go. Yeah, it is. I know maybe it's a psychological thing. I don't know. Must be, I guess. But waxworms aren't maggots, so it doesn't have that same feeling. There you go. He's size. meh size. Alright, we're going to go back to... Let me think here. Let's just go back to blood bait. I just wanted you guys to see that they will bite off of that. You know what? I think I might test a bigger hook here, guys. Here's a 1/0 hook, and we're just going to see just if they will bite off of it here. I know they will in the heron. But will they bite on it here? Or are we going to get too many catfish? So far, nothing's going for it. I'm afraid the big hook might be... Oh, not too sure there. Something is, but we'll soon see if it's... there he goes. Wasn't sure if he quit on me. Keep at it, bucko. Come on, just take it. Jesus Christ. Playing around with it. Ugh. Do it. He quit again. I don't know. There it goes. Okay. There we go. Finally. Oh boy. I really hope this is a trophy. I hope it's not a catfish. Not that I don't like catching the young catfish, but it's a catfish. Daggone it. Well, shoot. 45 cash. It's a little better, but still. Oh, well. It was worth a shot, you know? Sometimes you just gotta try stuff. I'm gonna go back to the old fail-safe number 6 hook. We know we can get them off of this. We know that only catfish and Redear are gonna bite off the blood bait. Catfish will probably do it less if I have a smaller hook, so let's just give it a shot and we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better response. A lot of this stuff is trial and error, and things have changed quite a bit, guys. I mean, I have a feeling that when I go to Mudwater River, it's going to be altogether different when I go there as well. It's kind of almost like a new game. Well, this guy's really okay. I think this is an actual Redear, but he's not a monster. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, awesome! Lucky Bobber 2. Performed a certain number of successful strikes in a row. And I got a free bobber and 3 gold coins. X Series pear-shaped float. Well, that is just too cool, guys. I like these little extra things they've added to this. This wasn't in the game before. It's kind of nice to every now and then get something for just, you know, fishing. Free float. We are going to use this to see if we can't get out to that bobber boy. That, you know, where I've marked that hole. Yes, we can. Well, so far, though, nothing's been biting there. May not have cast it out just far enough. Probably seems like the ideal distance is between. Well, never mind. I guess I'm lying. Something is biting. There we go. Ooh, it's fairly decent size, whatever it is. Could be, could it be? Could it be? Maybe? I don't know. No, it's catfish. Doggone it. 23 cash. Alright guys, I think we have covered this well enough. Sorry about the trophies not coming in, but we're going to take a look at our fish keeper, and as you can see, we caught quite a few of these guys. Now all these others I caught in the interim between this, you know, the daytime and whatnot. But yeah, you catch a lot of them here. This is a daggone good spot. Well, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And I always remember, guys, aim straight, cast far, and have fun. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.